Tuesday, October 20th. This is what you need to do. You need to read for 10 minutes. You're going to respond to a quick write prompt about your book. You're going to continue learning about the OPTIC system. And then you're going to practice using it with 3 different types of pictures. Quick write prompt is here. There are 4 questions. Make sure you type it in the entry box below it. Again, 4 questions. Not a lot. Make sure you're typing in complete sentences. Make sure you give details. OPTIC system. You saw this picture yesterday. And again, OPTIC stands for the following. O is for overview. P is for parts. T is for tone. I is for interrelationships. And C is for conclusion. Now, I'm not going to read all of this here. This is already here for you to read on your own. But again, we are looking at this picture. O, again, overview. You know, what's the picture in one sentence? Okay. P is parts. What are the important parts of this picture? Alright. T is for tone. Is the overall tone here negative or positive? And lastly, about tone, there are a lot of clues here. I is interrelationships. How do items in the image relate to each other? Okay, how do these zombies relate to each other? How does it relate to the objects that are in their hand? Okay, notice that each of them has one. Okay, and then lastly, what is your takeaway on this piece? What do you think is the argument the artist is presenting? Okay, so the conclusion is the message, the argument that the artist is trying to make here. We're going to practice using OPTIC using these 3 pictures. We have a photo here. We have some boxes that we have to fill out using OPTIC. The other picture here is a infographic about wildfires. Alright, and there's also another box underneath it, OPTIC. Okay, so again, overview. What do you see when you look at that? You might talk about the folks that are in here. You might talk about the location. You might talk about what they're playing on. Okay. Whether you want to mention the ammunition that's here on the sand, dirt, ground, however you want to call it. What details seem relevant or important. Okay. If I were to fill out this box, I would probably talk about the location. Okay, what stands out here? What is this on the ground, including this? There's children playing on it. Normally you use this during conflict or military use. Tone. What's the overall tone in this image? How is it shown? Okay, it's a playful tone. We have kids playing on it. This is normally a weapon of destruction. Bullets are flying out, soldiers, and this one is much different. And interrelationships. So when we look at the relationship between the kids and the parts that are on the ground, the relationship of where they're at, where is this in the world, okay? Most likely, this is not in the United States. Most likely, my guess is somewhere in the Middle East, alright? Again, some of those clues are the picture, the background, the clothing. Conclusion. What's the main message of this? In one sentence, war, conflict affects everybody, but it passes. And that's what this picture is showing us, that war is always affecting people, and it's always going to be a sight for people, whether it's kids or adults. Looking at this infographic about wildfires from 2018. Okay, in one sentence, what do you see when you look at the image or graphic? You can just mention wildfires, California 2018, so maybe California wildfires in 2018. What details seem relevant? Acres, the fires, the state of California, the dates, overall tone. Well, it's showing that it's increasing in terms of damaged acres. Now the number of fires have slightly decreased, but that's still a lot of fires. Interrelationships. Okay, we got the different colors. We have the image of California. The fires are everywhere in California, from north to south and in between. Conclusion. What's the big takeaway? California is under fire, and it's continuing at a quick pace, and it still happens today in 2020. So again, I've quickly gone through OPTIC with these examples. If you have questions or issues, send a message, inbox, drop a message to teacher, and then you guys are going to do this on your own. So everything that I just mentioned, again, OPTIC, got the zombie photo here. We have the photo from the Middle East, the wildfire infographic, and at the very top you can click on these to access more information. You have a slideshow here. Okay, shows you more about images, what OPTIC is. Okay, so again, you can look at that for reference, and you can practice doing OPTIC by clicking here. You're going to make your own copy. And there you go. Okay. Any questions? Send a message to your teacher. Have a good one.